Hi guys, welcome to Redefined Gospel YouTube channel where we are thriving in Christ. This channel seeks to link the word of God to the contemporary times and ultimately ensure that we are thriving in Christ. I create content around faith, law and personal development, and for today, because it's a Sunday, this is a law school a law career related video. If you're new here and you're interested in that kind of content, or the other two or all of them, kindly do subscribe. Hit on the red button, written subscribe, and then click on the bell and click on the option all so that you get all post notifications each time I upload. If you are a returning viewer, kindly do subscribe. I think you enjoyed the content. You're so deep into the content that you forgot to subscribe. That's my assumption. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those good things. Okay, don't forget to do them. So in today's video, this may mark the last Kenya School of Law kind of content that I'm putting out, I think. Unless there are other questions that may come up or things that come up or on my Instagram DM. Follow me on Instagram at njorogean254. You can always DM me. I will always respond, not immediately, but I will always respond. Email info@njorogean.co.ke, or right here on YouTube, you could comment. And maybe, or even on Twitter, actually, njorogean254. So this is the thing. I don't think I have any more content, and my content goes with the trajectory of where I'm at life. At this very moment, I've already finished Kenya School of Law, the ATP program. I've done my bar exams. I passed, thank God. I have completed my pupillage. I have cleared from Kenya School of Law. So at this point, I am waiting for gazettement by the Council of Legal Education so that then I can get admitted to the bar. That's where I'm at in life. I have a number of videos on pupillage, from how to land an interview to how to answer what they don't tell you about interviews at law firms for internship or pupillage positions. I have talked about how to prepare that pupillage application. I have what they don't tell you about. Gosh, I've even forgotten all those videos, guys. I'm going to just link them down below. There are about 4 to 5 videos on pupillage, and this will mark the end of this video. Is also about pupillage, but I'll be talking about my pupillage experience, not so much into depth, but really lessons that I learned from pupillage that will be helpful for you even as you undergo your pupillage, as you start your pupillage. These are important lessons, and even if you've finished pupillage, I think it will be a great thing to reflect, because some things apply across even as we get into the working space and stuff like that. So yeah, so I think I've blabbered a lot. Let's get into the lessons. So I did my pupillage. So background, I did my pupillage at a law firm, middle-sized law firm, which is based in Nairobi and Eldoret. I did at a law firm. I think that is what is important. I did at a law firm, and I did for 6 months. I know there are people who did at organizations and stuff like that, and the experience may be different or something like that, but there are lessons that I picked. One thing for sure, I grew as a litigator. I grew in terms of how I think, how I draft, how I do things, and I'm forever grateful for that opportunity. I'm forever grateful for the learning, for the affirming that I got from some of the colleagues that I worked with. I'm also just grateful that I got to experience that, and to experience working in some cases which were considered to be big and stuff like that. And I'm also grateful to have worked in a number of cases, interesting cases, even in areas where I had thought that I don't think I would ever practice in this area. There are things I still learned in those areas, and I am so grateful. So I think that's the most I can say. But then again, now let me go into like the deep lessons that I learned. And I think even as I share the lessons, then I will be sharing my experience, yeah, because I'll link them to my experience at the firm. Number one, it is a learning opportunity. Do not have pressure to be perfect. I remember when I got there and I got the first time I got something wrong, I was like, oh my God, these people are going to think they chose the worst persons, and all that. But one thing I learned along the way, that this is a learning opportunity. I'm not saying for you to make silly mistakes and say it's a learning opportunity. No, but it is a learning opportunity, and you how do I put it? If you've not worked in a law firm before, you need to extend your grace to yourself, because then it's new waters that you're getting into. So you have to be open and ready to learn, and also not to beat yourself up because you're not there to be perfect. Like, everyone knows you're a trainee advocate and you do not know everything. And I remember one associate used to tell me that even, in my 5th year of practice, 6th year of practice, there are things I still ask, there are things I still consult. I don't know everything, and there's no one who has the monopoly of knowledge. And that's that. And that will make it easy for you. It will make it easy for your mental well-being, because you need that. You need your mental well-being. So then you can learn. But if you're there beating yourself up and think, oh my god, I'm not learning, I'm not delivering, I made this mistake and stuff like that. No, don't beat yourself over that. And I think that goes back to your why. Stop. Just live in the now. Live in that month. Live in that month and live in the now. Because sometimes we beat ourselves up because we're thinking, oh my god, after the 6 months, I want to be retained and stuff like that. So that mentality really makes you not... how do you put it? It makes you deprive yourself, rather. You deprive yourself of that opportunity to learn. Just go a day at a time. Give your A game. Like, give your A game. Do your best. Like, do your very, very best. But also extend grace to yourself and know that this is a learning opportunity. Be open to learn. Be open to criticism. Be open... Just be open to learn. That's what I would say. And number 2, connected to the first one, is consult. Let me tell you one thing I learned, even with the associates. Sometimes I would see them call a colleague and ask something. So, and it doesn't mean that you are not smart. No, you don't have a monopoly of knowledge. So consult. And starting consulting, if you have another people or your number of people, consult from there. There are things that they know you don't. Consult from the person who has assigned you the work. How do I go about it? I've never done this. Guide me. Something like that. Do not be so much... how do you put it? Don't let your ego, like, oh my god, learned friend and stuff like that, and you don't consult. Consult. I cannot emphasize this enough. Consult. Number 3, communicate. Communicate whenever you find that you are swamped and you can't take any more work. Communicate when something is done and you didn't like it. In a very respectful way. Just communicate. Communication applies in even, we always say it in relationships and stuff. Even in work relationships, communicate. And I remember that my current boss right now telling me just the other day that as we grow into the career, then we learn to say no more. We learn to know what we can take up and not bite more than we can chew. You will learn. She was telling me that you will learn as you grow. But even now, cultivating you to get that skill, because it will save you a lot, so that then you don't overpromise people. Communicate even when you're told, I want it by tomorrow. You can ask, can I give you by this time because I have this other thing? Just that small communication will save you a lot. It will save you having people on your neck with deadlines and you didn't communicate. So communicate as much as it is possible to do so. Communicate. Number 4, take advantage of the opportunity you have in Pupillage. Take advantage of it. And sometimes you get to the trap of comparison and comparing, oh, this person is in this other place, this is what they're doing, ours does not have this, ours, the environment is like this and stuff like that. You're already there. So take advantage of that opportunity. There are always pros to every place you go. So take those pros and take advantage of that opportunity. Use it as a place to learn and grow. Use it as a place to network. Use it as a place to just hone your skills as an advocate. And just know that other than, fulfilling, and I remember my pupil master used to say that the threshold of pupillage that is set so that then you can be told, oh, you've completed, is a bit low. It's very low. It's just fill your workbook. Anyone can just fill the workbook, okay? Fill the workbook, have it, whatever, be there by the time your supervisor is there, finish, go, and after they have looked at the workbook and you've done 6 months, it's gone. And it's fine. And you may take it as that. So you're just feeling for the sake of it. But take advantage of that opportunity, because these are 6 months that groom you for your career. That groom you. Because after the 6 months, I remember an associate used to say that there's no magic that will happen. There's no magic that is going to happen once you're admitted. You'll be the same person who doesn't understand how to draft an application if you do not take advantage to learn those things. The other thing is that do not stop developing yourself, and this is something that I'm also learning even right now post Pupillage, in whatever space I am in, that do not stop developing yourself. If there are additional courses you can take them. Just develop yourself and build on your quality. For you to have gotten into, I remember discussing with a colleague of mine that for you to have gotten that Pupillage opportunity in that law firm, there must be something that they saw in you, okay? And most especially if you got it from like a whole interview process and stuff, they picked you among maybe hundreds or even thousands of people and said you are going to come here. It's because there may be something extra you are doing. And I think I talked about how to land yourself an interview in that video. I talked about things you can actually do while you're in law school, or while before that process of applying for Pupillage, things you can actually do to ensure that you are still you're marketable enough and you're set apart. So right now, do not stop doing those things because you've done Pupillage, because that's hujafika, you get hujafika. So there's much more outside there. So continuously grow your skills and hone your skills, and just do look for extra things to do if the time allows it. But don't burn yourself out. Don't burn yourself out trying to, do all these thousand things. But you can pick just one thing to do. You can pick an online course or something of that sort, just to grow yourself and to build your brand. And I think connected to that, it is important to think about your brand. I think this is something that I learned from the firm and from the my Pupil Master, that I remember at the interview I was asked, what is your brand? What would you say is your brand? So it is important to think of yourself as a brand, as you're a lawyer, yes, but what's your brand? And continuously doing things that actually get you there. So you're thinking, what's my brand, or why do I want to be in 5 years time? Okay, that's fine. And we will always joke about that. When do you want to be in 5 years time? It's a great thing because it enables you then to visualize, okay, I want to be here in 5 years time. So for me to be here in 5 years time, what do I need to do right now? And one thing that was emphasized is to have goals monthly, and to say, in this month I want to make sure that I am really good at drafting an application, doing this, highlighting all the things. You see, in your workbook at the front, there's usually like the skills you need to learn. So looking at each skills and saying, by the end of this, I want to do this and this and this. Have goals for yourself. And work towards that. Don't be caught up in just going to the Pupillage station, going and sleeping and stuff like that. Do things that set you apart. So continuously have goals for yourself, even in the Pupillage workstation. And if you find that there's an area of law they're not doing, find out where you can get material for that. Find out how you can still learn that area of law and stuff like that. Another thing is that, and I think this is what we learn, especially if this sometimes Pupillage ends up being the first work experience people get. Sometimes, I'm saying, because not everyone works after fourth year, not everyone was working while in campus. So your colleagues are not the equivalent of your friends. So do not try too hard to be liked as a friend. Having a normal working relationship is enough. So that then that's just for your mental well-being. And this is something that I have learned not only in Pupillage, but it's really important to know that if a work relationship then blossoms into a friendship, well and good, that's fantastic, but don't beat yourself up trying to be likable to everyone, because that will make you not be yourself. And that brings me to the next point of you being yourself, of you just being your authentic self. Don't pretend, don't try to keep up faces, show who you are. But I'm not saying like if you have all those bad things, we have all those our weaknesses, I'm not saying hide them, but work on them. But show who your authentic self, who you are. Do not compromise your values. Do not compromise who you are. And I remember someone was telling us, and I think something that even when we were doing our Pupillage briefing at the Kenya School of Law, we were told that if you get into a position where there's sexual harassment, I did not experience that. I don't have any of my friends who have experienced that, but I know people experience that. So if you ever experience that, you don't have to bow down to that pressure, and you don't have to compromise because of that Pupillage opportunity. Guys, it's never that serious. So do not compromise who you are. Do not compromise your values. The other thing is that grow your interpersonal skills. It is really important. Grow your interpersonal skills, how you relate with people. And it will be important even for the first 2 weeks. Just be silent and observe people, understand people, and tread that way to people. It's really important having that interpersonal skill. It will really help you. When you're relating well with someone, that person will open up. You will learn a lot from that person. But if you have not learned that and you are aggressive, you're rude and all that, then it will really not help, because you won't get the maximum benefit that you should get from that opportunity. Have good interpersonal skills and use it as a networking forum, because when you have a good interpersonal skills with that person, even if then in the long haul you're not working with these people, then that's a network in itself. That's a network, and it's just a way of not burning bridges and stuff like that. So grow your interpersonal skill set. It is really important. And remember, a colleague of mine who we were doing Pupillage together with, who kept on telling me that interpersonal skills are so important. Sometimes they are more important than even how smart you are. Like, you knowing how to relate with people, really important. So if you know that it's a struggle for you, find ways to ensure that you cultivate that and you grow that. The other thing, it looks like I'm doing motivational speaking when it's talk about this, but believe in yourself. Sometimes we doubt ourselves so much. But as I said, there's no difference between the Anne right now and the Anne that will get admitted this year. Like, there's no difference. And so then, just believe in your ability, believe in yourself. Confidence goes a long way into ensuring that you're confident in your answer, because sometimes you'll even dissent with the one who assigned you the work. You may dissent the opinion, and you have to be confident in relaying that opinion and trying to say, what if we go this way, what if we do it this way. And it is really important for you to believe in yourself, to be your own person. Super important. If you are a trainee advocate, if there's space and room for you to actually have a differing opinion and for it to be taken up, don't miss to take advantage of that opportunity. You see the clerks that you have in your office in the law firm, if you have clerks, you should interact with them whenever you have questions about systems and registries and stuff like that. And they know a lot, even content wise, they know a lot. They will tell you, hii order venye umeifresh kwa hii certificate of urgency hutapatiwa. Something as simple as that. So it is really important not to be like, I'm a lawyer, I'm an advocate, I'm about to be admitted, and this person is a clerk. My dear, kindly take advantage of their knowledge, their expertise. Talk with them. Sometimes just talk with them generally. I am personally, I'm not gifted in initiating conversations, and I used to tell my colleague over and over again, we used to do Pupillage with God, I don't know how to start conversation. So if someone is not a conversation or a conversationalist, then it becomes difficult for me to start that conversation. So we'll just look at each other. So if you're able to, also you need to learn, but just start conversations with them and learn. You will learn a lot, and when they see that you value them, they will be in a position, they will actually give you more. They will talk a lot and give you a lot of knowledge that they have over time. The other one is just basic etiquette. Dress properly, be kind to people and stuff like that. You really and truly never know. And finally, fill your workbook consistently, because whenever you have to fill 3 weeks, 4 weeks, my God, it will be a lot. But I think the whole conversation about the workbook, what you should do, what you need, even as you complete your workbook, your pupillage and stuff like that, is a checklist that you should have even as you go and clear, is something that I'm going to have in my Road to Admission series. So let's hold that workbook conversation there and finish and wrap up this particular video. As I said, if there are any other lessons, then you'll see it in the Road to Admission series. So yeah, that will be it for this week's video. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and comment down below what stood out for you. And actually, if you have already completed your pupillage, you're already an advocate and stuff like that, feel free to put up a lesson. It could be even from what you've observed from people who have come to your firm and stuff like that, and you're like, I think they need to know this, and I think they need to learn this. So feel free to comment down below. Share this video to a law student that you know, or someone who's really interested in law. Kindly do send this video, share this video, send share share this video. All right, okay, that will be it for this week's video. Always remember that God loves you a lot. Bye bye.